Welcome back to another Myteam video. And in today's video, I'm going to be ranking the best small forwards in the tier list. And this position's not as cracked as the shooting guard position, but it's still very good. And let's hop right into it. We still have some recurring shooting guards who can also play small forward on this list, so keep that in mind. So we're going to start off with Glenn Rice, who at this point really sucks. He can't defend, he can't dunk very well. All he does on the court is shoot, and this Glenn Rice's release is not as good as the Pink Diamonds. Okay, now we've got Andrei Karolinko. This card's also really good. He used to be, really good, but now he's probably D tier. Or is he D? Yeah, he is. He still defends pretty well, but his release is pretty hard to time, and he's not a great slasher of only 75 driving dunk, and yeah, and he has no movement. So at this stage in the game, I don't really like this card that much anymore. Okay, now we've got Zachary Sachet, who I really like in this game. Is he B or A? I think he's B. At shooting guard, he's a lot better. At shooting guard, he's probably A tier. But on this list, I would have him at B. He has a great release. He's very tall, 6'10", and overall, he's a really good card. Now we've got Jonathan Isaac. It's probably B or C tier. I'm going C with Jonathan at this point. He's still a pretty good defender, but not as good as he was when he came out. His release stinks, and he has no movement. So, yeah. Now we've got Michael Beasley, who's probably the best small forward in the game, who I have and I know is really just insane in this game. I love this card so much, and he's for sure a top 5 small forward in the game. Okay, now we've got Julius Erving, who in this list is probably S. Not top 5, but he's probably just S tier. He's just a bit like, he's not as good as he is a shooting guard, because he's only 6'7" here. It's not that tall at all, so I'm only going S for him. Okay, now we've got Julian Schwarfer, who at the small forward position, it's probably C tier. At the shooting guard position, he's definitely A tier, but on the small forward list, he's just not as good. Okay, now we've got Giannis, who's probably, I don't know, he might be a little bit better than Michael Beasley. I've also tried Giannis before. He's not on my team, but I've done it just on someone else's account. I've tried him, and he's really good. But yeah, he's really good. He's probably the best one forward in the game, to be honest. Okay, let's just go to the next one now. We've got LeBron James, who this one's probably A tier. Is he A right? I think he's probably low S. He just dunks the ball really well, silver 97 driving dunk. His release is still very good, even though it's not on very quick. And his movements, his drive back especially is very good. And he's still an exceptional small forward in this game. Okay, next up we've got Jaime Hawkins, who at this point also kind of sucks. He's probably D tier. He's just undersized at only 6'6", just like his Pink Diamond. I didn't rank his Pink Diamond. His Pink Diamond, I forgot about his Pink Diamond. He would have probably been in C tier too. He would have been in C. He just doesn't play. He doesn't do anything amazing on the court. And at this point of the game, his release isn't as amazing as we thought it was before either. So I think at this point he has to go in D tier overall. Okay, now I've got Mantis Buzelis, who I also really like. He's probably going in A or B. You could argue low A or high B. He's 6'10", he's got a great release, he defends pretty well. He has 99 driving dunk. I really like this card. He comes with quite a lot of badges too as a base card. And I just like this card overall. Okay. So let's go to the next one. Now we've got Danny Granger, who at this point is also C tier. He's just not as good as he used to be. It's probably high C. You could argue B if you wanted to. But he just does nothing exceptionally well on the court. He just has a pretty decent release, and that's it. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the next card. Let's see. LeBron James. This LeBron is a top 5 small forward in the game. He's probably like Is he top 5? I think for now I'm going to rank him in top 5. He just doesn't have his release on very quick as his other LeBron. That other LeBron is probably the second best small forward. Michael Beasley's the third. This LeBron's definitely not better than Michael Beasley. He's just not the shot creator that Michael Beasley is. I honestly still think that Michael Beasley is the best offensive guard. He's honestly also a box on defense. I don't know if he's the best or not. I just like Giannis a bit more, to be honest. Okay. Let's just go to the next one. Zion, probably B or C. I want to rank him at B. He's not on the size really. He's a little bit on the size, only 6'6", a small forward. He's probably low C, to be honest. His release sucks, so he dunks the ball exceptionally well and defends really well. But he's undersized and has a bad release, so can't do much there. Except put him at C tier. Okay. Next up, we are going to rank. We're going to rank Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, on this list, he's probably C. Is he though? He's 6. He's like 6'7". Yeah, he's C tier. His release is not horrible. It's not good by any means, really. I just don't like this card that much, to be honest. Even at the shooting guard tier list, I only had him a B, so I don't like this card. We've got T-Mac. I forgot to put T-Mac in my shooting guard tier list. He would have gone in C tier if you were interested, but on this list he's probably D or low D or high C. I'm gonna put him in D. I have this card too, obviously. Almost everyone has this card. His release sucks. He can just only dunk the ball well, and even at this point, the driving dunk he has, just every small forward in the game has that almost. Even Michael Beasley dunks as well as T-Mac. So overall, I think that T-Mac isn't that good anymore. Okay, now we've got KD, who's probably, is he top 5? I don't know. For now, I'm going to put him highest. You could argue him top 5. I might actually put him there. Probably is top 5. He's just... Yeah, I still really like this card, and he's overall really good. In this game, he's just like, his release is actually really good now, that it's not very quick. His fade's really good. I have to put him top 5. I have to. I think Michael Beasley's still the best shooting guard in the game, though. LeBron's probably the 5th best. There you go. Okay, this looks good. Yeah. I think this LeBron has to go down, and this one also has to go down a bit, just to make this list a bit more even. And then Montes has to go down, and yeah, let me just move everyone a bit down, because otherwise it gets a bit tough. You know what I mean? There you go. I'm liking the looks of this better now. The list is looking deeper now. There you go. Okay, that looks better. I do think that he's fine. Okay, this looks better, to be honest. Not B. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, I'm just gonna stick with this. Okay, so we were talking about KD, so his release is better. He has a good step back, like that creates a lot of space. He has a good fade. He's 6'10" at small forward, which is really tall. He's just a really good card, and especially Stock Matt has a great release and dunks ball really well. Okay, now we've got Paolo Banchero, who's probably also A tier. He dunks ball exceptionally well. 96 driving dunk, 90 standing dunk. He's a great defender with, I'm pretty sure, 88 perimeter, 88 interior. He rebounds the ball really well, and overall still a great card. His release isn't as good as I used to think it was, but it's still very decent. Okay, now we've got Galaxy Opal. Paolo is probably the same tier as Diamond. I don't know why he's probably lowest, to be honest. I don't know why he's going for that much MT. He's not that much better than his Diamond, but they're both still really good cards, and I like both of them. Okay, now we've got Larry Bird, who is probably S. Probably is S. He dunks the ball decently well, 85 driving dunk. He defends insanely well, that's what I like. And the Jason Tatum base on quick is pretty decent too. So I like this card a lot more than his Pink Diamond, and I'm going S here with Larry Bird. Okay, now we've got this Giannis, who's probably high C. Probably. Yeah, high C, I'm going with him. He dunks the ball really well, like, so I don't. He just doesn't have his release on very quick, and he only has a 78 free ball. So, was it? I think it was like 80 free ball, which isn't insanely high, like Michael Beasley or his other dark matter one. Okay, now we've got Moses Moody, who's probably D. A shooting guard, I like him more. A small forward, he's just a bit too undersized. He's just not as good, but he defends decently well. He has a great release. I like this guard overall. Okay, now we've got Bernard King, who's probably in our top 5, like he is at his shooting guard tier list, but he's probably S. I think I have to move some cards down. It's getting a bit too crazy. That looks better. Doc Chase a bit too. Is he though? No, he can play small forward. Okay, this looks better. Because if I have Bernard King, a small forward, Doc Shea can also. Okay, so Bernard King has a great release. He's 6'7", which isn't too on the size of small forward. And I still like this card a lot, and I think he can still rank high at small forward position overall. Okay, now I've got Scottie Pippen. This Scottie Pippen's probably top 5 or lower. I still have to sort this out a bit. Bernard is probably going, yeah, like that. So Scottie, is he top? I think he's probably top 5. He defends amazingly well. His release is very, very good, especially on very quick. His saves aren't great, but he does everything else you want on the court, and I love this card overall. Okay, now I've got Jalen Williams, who's probably B, high B, low B. You can argue maybe low A. He dunks sport exceptionally well. He's a great defender. No, not great. He's a decent defender, and his release is really good. He has decent movement. I'm pretty sure he has Darius Garland dribble style, and I like this card overall, especially for his price. He's a great opal. Okay, now I've got Gerald Wallace, who's probably, for me, he's going D. He defends really well, but he gives you nothing else on the court, and I don't really love that jump shot too much, so I don't like that. He probably can go a C, to be honest. If I have Derek Granger a C, he can also be a C, in my opinion. Okay, now I've got Dennis Rodman, who's probably going to be low A, probably B. He defends exceptionally well. He shoots the ball decently well. He does. His defense is just insane, and he rebounds the ball really well. So I just still like this card a lot, and he's still going to be B tier on my list. Okay, now we've got Bilal Coulibaly, 6'8". Still is really good at small forward. He is a lot better at shooting guard, but I still like this card a lot. And I'm going B tier for him. He defends really well. He has great release, just like the shooting guard position. Okay, now we've got Kawhi. This list is getting a bit tight, right? I don't know. This is getting crazy. This is really getting tight. Let me just move some cards up. Yeah, this looks better, to be honest. Yep. Okay, so what I was saying was, like, Kawhi has a great release, defends really well still. He's just not... He's a bit undersized, a small forward, only 6'7". And that's not the main thing. We could say, oh yeah, Bernard at S, but he just is limited on offense. And I've played against this card countless times, and he's just very limited on offense. George Gerving at small forward is just not as good. He's only 6'7". Yeah, he's just not as good. His release is amazing. He doesn't defend as well. You could probably say low B. With that Jalen Williams, sorry. Okay. Now we've got Norman Powell. This card absolutely sucks. He's trash. His release sucks. He can't defend. He's not a great slash. I hate this card, and I hated his Sapphire too. So, okay. Now we've got Grady Dick. I don't know why I had him at A. He's just the worst. He's probably also trash. He can't defend. He's just decent size. His release isn't that good by any means. I just don't like this card that much. He's probably D. He's not trash, but he just isn't good. Okay, now I've got Rudy Gay, who's probably low A, maybe B. His release is still really good. He has decent saves, a good drag back, a decent push cross. He's okay still. He dunks ball really well. He's still a good card, especially for that 25 KMT price point he's going for. I still recommend picking this card up. Okay, Michael Jordan. He's only 6'6", so I have to go a B with him. He defends really well. His release just isn't that good. He does everything else you want. He has amazing stats and badges, and I still like this card. But at the small forward position, he's just limited at only 6'6". You could argue C, to be honest, but I'm gonna put him in B. Okay, now we've got Andrei Kalinko, who's probably low S. Just with like these cards here. He defends insanely well. His release is pretty good. It is hard to time. You have to get used to it. Just like with his diamond that I had. But I really like Scott. He's a decent stash, a great release, a fast release. I'm not going to say great because it's hard to green. But he does a lot you want a card to do on the floor. And I overall really like this card. I might move Scotty down. And LeBron. Honestly think I should move these cards down. They're just not as good as small forward, you know what I mean? Okay. Scotty's the A or S. He's probably... This is getting tough, man. I'm gonna have to move some cards down. There you go, that looks a lot better. Yeah, let me just sort this out because this is looking a bit weird. 1 sec. It's only 6'5". Jalen Williams isn't that good. He's only 6'5", so just keep that in mind. If he was shooting guard eligible, it'd probably be S or A, but he's not. So okay, now I've got Pedro Stojakovic, who I don't really like that much in this game. He's probably a C or D. He's probably C. He's really tall, 6'10", but his release is really good too. But he just doesn't defend and doesn't slash the way I want him to. Okay, now I've got Leonard Miller, who's probably B or high C. I'm going high C for this card. Should I? Yeah, high C for this card. He defends pretty well. He slashes pretty well. His free ball rating's pretty good. There's not much to complain about his card. He's just pretty mid, and his release isn't amazing either. So he's just really mid. Dawson Connect absolutely sucks. He's not that tall. His release sucks in this on next gen, and he doesn't defend well at all. This card absolutely stinks, and I do not recommend picking him up. Okay, now I've got Damari Carroll, who is either a B or C. I'm not totally sure. This list is getting a bit, like, weird. Damari Carroll is probably B, to be honest. He defends really well, he shoots really well. He does a lot you want a card to do, and I still really like this card, in my opinion. Okay, now I've got Billy Cunningham, who's probably D. He's not trash, he defends really well. He dunks the ball really well too. He's kind of just like Draymond Green, who I actually forgot to add on this list due to him only being a domination reward. So, yeah. Okay, now I've got Josh Smith, who I really like in this game too. He's probably at this point going to be at B tier. He defends insanely well. He's just insane defender. His release is decent. It's not bad at all. And he dunks the ball really well. So I overall really like this card. Is he B or C? I'm not sure. He's probably C. Yeah, that looks better. Let me just move these cards. I don't like Gerald Wallace and Danny Granger, bro. They never bring me any problems on the court. I just don't like those cards. And Jonathan Isaac's just such a cone. Okay, this looks better now. Okay. So next up we've got Brandon Miller, who's probably C tier right now. He is shooting guard eligible, which makes him a lot better shooting guard, but he just isn't that tall, small forward. He has a good release dunk sport, not as well as I expected, to be honest, only 90 driving dunk, and he doesn't defend amazingly well. Okay, now I've got LeBron. What's happening here? Like, seriously, bro. Okay, now I've got LeBron, who I really like love in this game. He's probably going to be an S for me. In top 5, sorry. I really love this card, and he's overall still really good. He's probably the third best small forward in the game, and I just love this card. So because he has an amazing release now and very quick. He's a great, amazing defender, the best slasher in the game in my opinion. He just does everything you want. He comes with a lot of badges. I just love that card. I might actually move Michael Beasley down to third best overall. Yep. Okay. Now he's got Kevin Durant. At this point, he's probably D, to be honest. He's just not that good anymore. His release is okay, but he doesn't defend, and he comes with hardly any badges. You really have to badge him up. As a base card, he sucks. Come on. Now we've got Jason Tatum. This is where it gets tough. High A or S. I'm going S for this card. His release is really good. He defends really well. He does everything you want on the court. He just isn't insane like Michael Beasley is, or LeBron, or Giannis, or KD. So yeah. Now we've got Vince Carter, who's only 6'6", I think. How tall is Vince? I honestly want to search this up with you guys. How tall is Vince Carter? Sorry that I forgot this. He is 6'6", so in that case, Vince Carter is not going that high on my list, and I'm only gonna put him up in S. He's very undersized at only 6'6", so I have to just put him in S overall. Why? Sorry guys. Why is this happening? Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah. Okay, now we've got Paul Pierce, who he's probably D. He's not that good. Especially at this position, he's not that good at all. I don't like this card at all. And yeah, I don't recommend using any of your Galaxy Opal pieces on him. At small forward is probably trash, and just don't pick him up. His release is unusable. Okay, now we've got Connie Hawkins, who's probably in the same tier as Rudy Gay. I still like this card a lot. He just isn't amazing, really. And yeah. Okay, now I've got Glenn Rice, who's probably up in A tier, or maybe B. You can argue B, but he's probably low A. I have this card on my team. He's the filler small forward at the end of my bench. He has an amazing release, very smooth, very easy to time. Not horrible. He has decent SIGs, not as good as last year, but his SIGs are still pretty good. And he defends really well and dunks the ball decently well. So I really like this card, and he's going low on my list. Okay, now I've got Trey Murphy Jr. He's probably D tier. I'm not saying he's bad at all. He's good in salary cap, but I'm not ranking salary caps here, am I? So he's only going at that tier for me. Okay. Okay, so next up we've got Amen Thompson, who I really like. He's probably B. As shooting guard, he's a lot better, but he's probably only going for B tier on this list. He isn't as good as he's only 6'7", so but he does everything you want a shooting guard to do, and I really like this card. I recommend picking him up if you're in need of a shooting guard. And yeah, I overall just love that card. Okay, now I've got Kawhi Leonard, who's probably low S. You could argue A. He's an insane defender, great release, great slash. He does everything you want a card to do, and I still think he's an S tier small forward in the game. And I don't know why this keeps happening, guys, but I guess we have to deal with this. Okay, now I've got Karl Malone, who, this is a tough one. Where do I rank Karl Malone? Probably top 5. I think he's the 5th best small forward in the game. Let me just quickly check that. Yeah, he's the 5th best small forward in the game. I love this card. He's amazing slasher. The 60 ball handling doesn't bother me at all. He has an amazing release. He's an insane defender. I just love this card so much. And he's definitely a top 5 small forward in this game. You've got Paul George, in this list, he's probably going to go B. No, he's A. I really like Paul George. He has amazing release, great defender, 6'8" or 6'7". I just love this card overall, and I think he can still play with the best. Okay, so now we've got Grant Hill, who really sucks in this game. I hate this card. He's probably his release is impossible to time, and that's why I just don't like this card overall. Okay, now we've got Rui Hashimura, who's probably at this point D tier. Yeah, he's D tier. His release isn't that good. Nothing really stands out in this card anymore except his badge count for a diamond. Now we've got Aaron Gordon, who's probably B or C. I'm going C for this card. The unevolved Aaron Gordon isn't as good. The unevolved Aaron Gordon is on the CD tier. If you evolve him up, C. If you evolve him up to a pink diamond with Zach Levine, he'll probably be at B tier. But as it is, the diamond Aaron Gordon isn't as good. Okay. Now I've got T-Mac. A small forward, he's probably somewhere like C or D. And going low C for him with that Grant Hill. They both have bad releases, both good slashers, both good defenders. So I'm gonna rank them in the same spot, and they're both 6'8". So that's where I'm gonna rank both of these cards overall. Now I've got Paul Millsap, who isn't that good in this game. His release isn't that good. He's pretty slow in my opinion. Only 85 speed. I just don't like this card that much. He doesn't play exceptional defense. I just don't like this card. Now I've got JT. This JT is small forward. Is probably gonna be A tier, low A, probably low A, high B. He's an exceptional defender. I think Scotty should go up. So he's an exceptional defender. He's got a great release. He slashes the ball really well. It's just he does really stand out as an insane card, just like Glenn Rice. He doesn't really give me insane problems on the court. Now we've got Danilo Gallinari, who's probably in the same tier as Rui. You could argue C, but he just doesn't defend well enough for me, and you have to add a lot of badges for him to be a half decent option in this game. Now I have Larry Kenyon, who I like in this game. He's probably B tier, amazing slasher, great defender. Yes, the only problem with this card is his low free ball rating, but I still love this card a lot, and he's definitely deserving of the B tier position in my tier list. Okay, now I've got James Werby, who I also really like in this game overall. He's probably low A, high B. You can pick your poison. He's not a great defender, but he's not a great defender, but his release is okay. It's hard to green. You have to get used to it. It has a bit of a hitch on his upper, but he has an amazing slash and gives you a lot on the floor. I still think he's probably high A, low B, and I overall like this card a lot in this game. Okay, now I've got X-Man, who's probably high B tier. I don't love this card too much. You could argue A tier, but he just isn't outstanding as bad movement. His release isn't insane, and I just overall think that he's not that much better than Rudy Gay or Amen Thompson or Connie Hawkins in this game. I'm probably moving Michael Jordan down to C, because the fact he's only 6'6" doesn't mean he's a bad card by any means. He's just not even near as good as he would be at the shooting guard position. Okay, now I've got Jimmy Butler, who's probably also C tier. He is a cone on offense, and that's what I have to say. And he's not that tall, only 6'7". Now we've got Jeff Green, who's probably B. He's an exceptional defender with half-on-ball menace, a lot of important badges, heaps of badges for a diamond, especially great release, bad movement, but a great slash, and gives you heaps on the floor. I really love this card, and I think he's the best budget small forward in the game behind Terry the Stringer, who's coming up, and Rudy Gay. Okay, now we've got Paul George. This Paul George is probably low S, I think. He is pretty good size, 7 or 6'8". I forgot which one it was. Great release. He comes with a lot of badges, great stats. Overall, I love his card, and he's still really good in this game. He's probably low S, high A. You can choose. I'm going with low S for him because I still really like this card overall. Now we've got Larry Johnson, and this is where it gets tough. He has a great release. He is a bit on the size of only 6'7". He gives a lot on the floor, but just not enough for me to rank him highly, and I'm going low C with this card overall, and I don't think he was worth locking in. Now I've got Opal Carmelo, who I love in this game. It's probably high S with that Giannis and LeBron. Especially on all gen, he's probably the best shooting guard in the small forward. In the game on all gen, but on next gen he's just not quite as good, and I'm only ranking him in high S. He has an amazing release, decent defense, and yeah. Now we've got great saves, by the way. Don't forget that bit. Now we've got Kevin Durant, who is also really, really, really good. He's probably going S tier for me. Great defender, good enough release. I don't love that release, just like Ty. Decent movement, great step back, great fade. I just love this card, and he's still going in S. I just don't think he's as good as his Dark Matter overall. Okay, now I've got Terry Shingo, who's probably going low A for me. He's still really good. A great slasher, great defender. He gives you everything you want on the floor. He's only just a bit undersized at only 6'7", but I really like this card, and yeah. Derrick Rose wasn't supposed to be here. I'm not ranking the card, obviously, because it's only a point guard. And yeah, I think this will do it for the list. I really like the way I rank these cards. I hope you agreed with me. And yeah, I really am happy with the list I made. I think that this is looking really good. And yeah, see you guys in the next Myteam video. I tried to rank the most cards as I could. And yeah, peace. See you guys.